Hi everybody, I'm Karen from Pedro's Plaques and Pretty Things. I'll just give it a couple of seconds because there's loads of people joining. Hello, this is quite nerve-wracking. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this, so if I get a bit too fast or I start to ramble, then tell me to stop. Hello. Got loads of things to show you. But what I thought I'd start off with was needle minders. Now, most of you are an old hat at this, I know that. But this morning I've had 3 messages from people saying, what's a needle minder? What do we do? So I thought I would show you what I've got. You can use them in loads of different ways. I actually normally wear mine on my cardigan so that I don't lose it. But here's one attached to my project bag. So when I'm stitching away, I don't lose the needle, don't end up leaning on it, doesn't end up down the sofa. This is my favourite way to use one. And this is just on a piece of work, button at the top, button at the bottom so it doesn't get stuck, and I can sew in my ends. Don't be fooled though, I don't do a lot of sewing in events. Not unless it's absolutely necessary. Another way that I use them quite a lot is just on projecting. Completely magnetic. Oh, hi, thank you. So here's a minder backwards. You get a big button on the top, a wee button on the bottom, and then something nice to look at, because that's what we all need right now, isn't it? So that's your needle minder there. Normally I do 2 styles. Buttons, which are the ones I've been doing for nearly 10 years, and the flat ones that just give me a little bit more scope for decoration. Okay, so just to jump back, lovely Sophie asked us to make something for today with the theme of snow, and I was a bit stuck because I do quite a lot of snow kind of things over Christmas. So I went with these hand painted snowy trees. And I know that some of you have already spied them on the website. I've heard a few cha-chings going off on Etsy, so thank you. There are hooks, which are like this with snow, as close to as we get to snow really here in Kent. And the matching needle minders, and they are on the website now. Between now and Sunday evening, you can save 10%. With the discount code Yorkshire Yarn Fest over on Etsy. Minimum spend is a tenner. So don't forget when you're checking out, make sure you save yourself a few pennies. What else have I got to show you? Now that we know that the children are not going back to school anytime soon, we're starting to build up the plaques again, which I really love to make, but they are quite time consuming. So we're just doing a little bit at a time in between all the Microsoft Teams lessons, of which there are many. So we've got my favourites. Let's Stay Home and Crochet in loads of different colours. These are kind of the most popular colours, the duck egg and the grey and the pink. But if you were looking for a different colour scheme, then just pop me a message. And I'll see what I can do. I've got the Crochet Addict ones, which are these. Loads of different versions of these as well. Great for your craft room, great for your photos. Oh, thanks, I'm glad you love yours. I've got mine up here, out of the way of the children. And I just swap them about when I'm not using them in my photos. I've also got some knitting themed. So these are just a few different colourways with the I'm counting. I feel like we need a crochet version of this, and I should just wear it around my neck when the children are talking to me. I do ship to Europe. I know it's tricky just now. I know that everything's a little bit up in the air, but it does seem to be going okay for me so far. And if you check out on Etsy, it kind of does it all for you. Everything's sent tracked, so you can have a tracking number to follow it on its way. Post at the moment seems to be okay. It's either horrendous or fabulous. There's no kind of in between, I don't think. But post certainly coming into me seems to be speeding up a bit again. So what else have I got to show you that's new? For spring, back on the vintage roses, which I know you all love, I've gone for lemon and pink, because I think we all need to brighten things up at all. Lisa, I don't believe that for a minute. I know your children are quiet angels. Where am I based? I'm actually in Dover. I know the accent doesn't make you think that, but I'm in Dover in Kent, but originally from Clydebank. Yeah, these are our spring vintage roses, but I have still got on Etsy lots and lots of different colours. I've got mint coming back just to be listed again, and still selling lots of these. You're still loving these with the red and gold from Christmas time, so I might just leave them. Unicorns should be out soon, but I've actually got some new unicorns to show you in just a second. I'll show you them now, shall I? It's been a few years since I've made these because they take a lot of time, but I know you love them, so just because I was doing something special today and going live, I've brought back the ombre unicorns. I don't know if you can see. There. So these are back on Etsy now. One thing I should say about these hooks is everything's still made to order. What I'm trying to do is keep my turnaround time down as low as I possibly can, but we are on about 4 weeks just because the children are at home. And thank you. I really, really appreciate your patience because I'm trying to go as fast as I possibly can. When I started planning for this year, I 100% did not plan for the children to be joining me. So it's making things slightly trickier than what I expected it to, but I do really, really appreciate the fact that you're all waiting patiently, because 4 weeks is a long time when you're waiting for something special. So unicorns are on there now. There are a few ready to go, mostly 4 and 5 mil, and they look like this, but there are other sizes available to order. So what else have we got? Rainbows. Are you sick of rainbows? I don't know if we can ever be sick of rainbows now. Can we? Thanks. I'm glad you think they're worth waiting for. So rainbows at the moment, I've got the little clouds, happy clouds. They've still been really popular. I did these in a few different colourways last year over the first lockdown, and I kind of stuck with blue because it was the most popular, but do let me know if you want these in a different colour, because they work in so many different shades. And I don't have any yarn to show you because I don't dye yarn, just hooks and notions. I'd love to be a yarn dyer, it makes me very envious, but it's not something that I can do. Back in the rainbows, we've got mint, which I love, and there's a pink version of this, and then I've got these ones, which are the rainbow flowers. These are an old favourite, and there is a fob, and a needle minder to match those, which is that one there. How did I get my name? That's something that I get asked quite a lot. Before my first son was born, we called the bump Pedro, and initially my business was making personalised plaques with tiny wee figures on them, little caricatures of people, and so we named it. The very first one that I made was for my mum, and so we named the business after him, and it was Pedro's Plaques. And then as I kind of diversed, believe it or not, I couldn't crochet to start with when I started making hooks, so as we kind of moved along, we went to Pedro's Plaques and Pretty Things to kind of bring everything in. Yeah, that's where it came from, and I kind of feel like I can't leave it behind now, even though people don't know what it means, and it really has no relevance to yarn or crochet or any of those things. It's got a special place now, and I don't know if we'll ever keep it up. My Etsy is Pedro's Plaques, and if you pop over to my Instagram, there is a link in my profile, and I'll share this again later. So just a couple of things left to show you before I run out of time. 15 minutes is a lot shorter than I thought. Still got some of these Scrappy blues and greens, which I absolutely love. Perfect, and these are smooth, so if you just like a really smooth hook, these are perfect. I've also got a few pastels of these. These are not quite on Etsy yet, so hopefully later on today these will go on, with the pinks and mint, which I know that you all loved. I haven't got any yarn ball hooks to show you, purely because I posted a whole load this morning. Unfortunately, I should have kept one back, so apologies for that. So I've got some florals. These are still in the shop. We've got robins. Robins have been kicking about. Look at this poor robin. I forgot to put the leaves on him, and he's been hanging about ever since. I still quite like him though. Olive, lots of olive going out this week. You might have seen over on my Instagram. We really love these. I like them for autumn, but actually I use my own all year round. Sunflowers, because we're getting into that time again, aren't we? And there are matching needle minders, which was that one for these. What else? Scissor fobs, getting on to Mother's Day now. Lots and lots of these normally go out just before Mother's Day. The hand painted hearts. So I've got loads of these to go. Some are on Etsy, I think, already, and some have to go on as soon as I can get off of here. So I've got the neutrals in different shades. Lots and lots of these lovely dusky pinks all ready to go for your mum. Yeah, when you're ordering, if you there's a drop down menu, you can just choose your hook size. Llamas I haven't got. I've fallen out of love with the llamas. I know you all still love them, but they take so much time to make. So I'm having a break just for a couple of weeks. I know there are a few on order, but they will be back. Just quickly, last couple of minutes, just wanted to show you my spring flowers. So love these. Thank you. Bees are one of my old favourites. They've been hanging around for a long time and I still love them. Flowers for spring. A couple of stars. I know you all love the stars over Christmas. So while we're all staying at home, it's nice to be surrounded by pretty things, isn't it? Some more fobs. Oh, I didn't show you the travel size hooks, which are just these ones, and they come with stitch markers already on the keychain. So that we do need llamas and rainbows, but I need to offset them with the unicorns. So we're going to have a couple of weeks of unicorns, and then I'll go back to the llamas again, I think. But we're going to have a wee break from them. So these are the keychains. They're available in loads of different sizes. And stitch markers. I know you're all loving stitch markers. Oodles and oodles of stitch markers. And if you need them in different colours, just pop me a message and I will see what I can do for you on that front. And I think that's pretty much it for me for today. So thank you. I'm sorry that I missed some comments. Mini hooks in smaller sizes. Yes, I can do smaller sizes. 3mm is the smallest that I have in stock. But if you can wait for me to get the Dremel out, then yes, no problem. Just pop me a message and we can go from there. So thank you, everybody. Wish me luck now saving this because I don't know what I'm doing. And hopefully we should be able to upload this onto my Instagram so that you can rewatch if you've missed it. And thank you. This is quite nerve-wracking, so it's great that so many people watched me for a whole 15 minutes. So have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.